YTBC, what's the deal? So, fight is soon approaching. Tomorrow will be fight night. Now, you Kiwi fans are going to be very, very, very pissed off at me because I did pick Carlos Takam, and I have my reasons. I made a plethora of videos explaining my reasons, not because I think JP's a bum. I think he's he's one of the bright spots in the heavyweight division. And this is just one of them fights where if he proves me wrong, I'm not going to hide my face or shut my channel down. I'll come on here talking about the fight and giving him his props. And then I'm going to start breaking down JP versus either Dominic Brazil or Anthony Joshua. I like the Kiwi fighters, man. I like Himi Ahio, also like Junior Fa. Who's the other kid that'll be in the Olympics? David Nayaka. Forgot the kid's name. Nika, I believe that's the kid's name. So I want to see if Joseph Parker can do what, David Tua couldn't do and make history. Now, if he makes history, it's going to be a fabulous thing. But there are just things I think Takam can bring to the table that JP hasn't faced yet. That's experience, being able to fight in the trenches, being able to fight off his back foot, the strength. People forget that Carlos Takam was also, he was an Olympian back in the day too. So he has that pedigree, that experience. He's been a legit top 10 heavyweight the past few years, in my opinion. Now JP is strong as hell. He has the youth. He has very fast hands. He's fighting at home. It's a tough fight, man. The odds makers, they have JP a 4-1 favorite going into the fight. So, there's only a small few that think Takam's going to win this fight, but I just think it's a very tough challenge, coupled with the fact that Kevin Berry even turned down the fight twice last year. I'm not making that up. That's what he did. Now, whether it was because it was high risk, low reward, or because they didn't really see a win-win about the situation. The fact is they turned down the fight, and they were trying to get other guys out to New Zealand that made just as much sense as Takam did. If you ask my opinion, trying to get guys like Edmund Gerber and Christian Hammer and Chris Arreola, guys like that, to me, they're beneath Carlos Takam. So, and those guys turned down the fight. Alexander Dimitrenko's another one. All in all, regardless of what my opinion is, what do I really know? I'm just a guy on YouTube, but regardless of my opinion, it's a very winnable fight. The odds makers think it's a winnable fight. Hell, they have Parker favorite. You know what I mean? So, but I'm curious to see what's going to happen in this fight, man. I see both guys came in very excellent shape. Parker was down to 234. He hasn't weighed that low of a weight, I think, in the last year and a half, man. So he's in excellent shape. Carlos Takam he's in excellent shape. I think he was 241 at the weigh-in. He hasn't been that low since about 2013. Even when he's fighting at like 252, he still seems in pretty good shape. There's kids out here right now at my kids' soccer practice, but you know what I mean? It's gonna be a good fight, man. Regardless of what I think, just get my final thoughts out there. I do think it's a fight that's going to end by knockout. Now, Carlos Takam, I'm going to be honest, he has shown that he can be knocked out. Yes, it was against Povetkin, but he showed that. He showed he can be knocked out. He showed that he can be beaten if you fight him off your back foot the way that he got outboxed by Tony Gregory. Fight him off his back foot, landing combinations, and he was using his pivot foot on Takam, keeping him off balance, landing combinations on him, and that's how he was able to be. He also hit him with a good left hand that staggered Takam, and that's a punch I think that's going to be really key for Joseph Parker, is that left hook. He has a very good left hook, in my opinion. So I want to be proven wrong, man. So if he proves me wrong, great. Then this means that it's not so much that I'm underestimating the kid, because it's Carlos Takam. It's not like I'm picking him to lose against Jason Bergman or Cali Meehan. You know what I mean? This is a real, legit, tough, serious challenge. So if the young kid proves me wrong, great. I want him to prove me wrong. That's the thing. I'm no Joseph Parker hater. I want to be proved wrong, because out of all the prospects, man, you can argue that Joseph Parker's this is his stiffest challenge. As far as all the prospects, I'm talking about Hughie Fury and even Anthony Joshua and Charles Martin. On paper, man, Carlos Takam is the probably the toughest challenger for all the prospects that were coming up, guys that are under 20-0, Dillian White, so on and so forth. I know some of you disagree with that, but man, I really, a lot of people don't really see that much in Takam, but I do. He's kind of almost like a poor man's James Toney as far as with the way he rolls with punches and he can come back with his shots. He has more power than Toney, but I don't think he has the chin, and he isn't overall a greater fighter as Toney. But I'm just saying some of the things he does kind of reminds me James Toney-esque, the way he rolls with punches, the way he fights on the inside, so on and so forth. But this is my opinion on this, man. Hopefully the young kid proves me wrong, and that's what I want. But I'm going with Takam. We'll see what happens. YTBC, I'm out.